Hi, I'm Madeline Brock, and welcome back to Unplug the Christmas Machine, based on the book by the same name by Joe Robinson and Jean Copic-Steadily. Today I'm going to be talking about the history of Christmas and how Christmas got to be the way it is today. The authors of this book did a lot of research going back to the 1890s and looking at advertising of those times. This is before we became a consumer nation, and there was very little evidence of the Christmas machine at that point. There was evidence more of a simpler, uncommercialized Christmas. If you look at the literature of the day, for example, Dickens' Christmas Carol, you can see that the adults regarded Christmas as a time to feast, sing, dance, and play games. There was very little evidence of gifts, and so there was not that much pressure to get the perfect gift for everyone on your list. By and large, gifts were reserved for the very young. One of the most important differences in Christmas then and now is the fact that Christmas was anchored in the season. The holiday didn't even begin until December the 25th. And then it lasted until Epiphany, and that's 12 days to celebrate. That's where we get our song, The 12 Days of Christmas. So there was plenty of time to visit and eat good food and relax with your friends. But this is the way Christmas was, with a few variations, until after World War I, when something shifted. Now, during World War I, the country was in a boom economy. And there were fears that after the war, we would go into a more stagnant economy. And so advertisers of the day decided to use their new science of persuasion to start a campaign to stimulate consumer spending for Christmas. And this campaign succeeded beyond anyone's wildest dreams. People after the war were delighted to be able to give their families a more lavish Christmas. Because there's generosity embedded in the holiday, it was easy for advertisers to capitalize on that generosity. Because people had no idea how eventually this commercialization of Christmas would impoverish the holiday, they had no reason to resist it. And this is the first evidence of the Christmas machine. And the Christmas machine hasn't changed too much over the years, but it has become more subtle and elegant and refined as it encourages people to spend more and more money earlier and earlier in the year to wish each other a merry little Christmas. And people go into debt and they load up their credit cards and spend the rest of the year recovering. Stress levels skyrocket, and there's increased alcoholism and depression, and I'm sure many arguments in families about finances. It's no wonder that people end up disappointed in Christmas. And it's not that they don't like Christmas, they just don't like what's happened to it. But you can rewrite Christmas with all the love and joy in the season, but tailored to your own circumstances. So now I'd like to invite you to take a Christmas inventory. Follow the link here. This inventory has a lot of the activities that people do at Christmas. It takes about 20 minutes, and feel free to print it out and let your family members take the inventory as well. And next week, we'll be talking about this inventory and how a conscious awareness of what you try to do during Christmas can help you unplug the Christmas machine.